All right. Yeah, I went back to the book Bazaar. I had to go downtown to renew my health card, and I was like, "Oh, let's zip on over." And as I was walking to the cash, Daniel's like, "Thought you weren't supposed to go to the basement anymore." I was like, I know, but cheaper's jumping." Okay, so this book looks like a very well. Obviously, it's going to be fun to read at some point. I'll take a quickie look here. It says. The year 1913 heralds a new age of unlimited possibility. Louis Armstrong learns to play the trumpet. Kafka is in love and writes endlessly long, endlessly beautiful letters to Felice Bauer. Charlie Chaplin signs his first movie contract. Yet everywhere there's the premonition of ruin. The number 13 is omnipresent, and in London, Paris, Vienna, Berlin, and Trieste, artists begin to act as if there were no tomorrow. And remember, we did see that from that guy there just a couple of weeks ago, that he did that thing, and they were doing that, that Armageddon-looking things. I was just like, my God, how can this guy? It's like premonition land or something. So this one here, Gordon Brook-Shepherd, November 1918, the last act of the Great War. It looks like it goes into like monster detail about it. So I was like, okay, I certainly want to go and take a look at this. Well, I'll bring it home, obviously. These books I absolutely adore. I'm going to have to make sure later if the things I can, well, I'll take a look at the video. People at War, 1914-1918, their own account of the conflict in the trenches, in the air, and at sea. Yeah, I love the personal account bits, and this looked really darn good when I was going through here. So it's like, it's awful to feel incompetent. There are tents, huts, wards, all with their rows and rows of stretchers. One goes here and there, and night is not a time for ministrations. You wake the few asleep to new agony if you are not careful. Wow. Yep. This one's called The Last Crusade of the Emden. I started taking poking around with a few pages of this, and it looked pretty good. So by Edwin, Hoyt, and yeah, like I said, it looks pretty darn good. "I'm awfully sorry, Captain," he said in German, "but it is my duty to make your ship a prize of war." Wicked. So, yep. And then this one is Doomsday, 1917 by Douglas Brown. Well, to be honest with you, I picked it up because it was $10. So I didn't even really look at it all that much. But it's the destruction of Russia's ruling class. Whoa, that is going to be interesting. And they had two copies. He had two copies of this book, a hard copy and this soft cover one. And this one, yet again, I think I only paid $10 for this. Yes, that's why I grabbed this one and not the hardcover one. And Storm in the Ypres Salient, 1914-1918. A Storm in Flanders, Tragedy and Triumph on the Western Front. So that ought to be interesting, because I am assuming it's just going to be focused on the Ypres Salient. And this one cost a bit of money, but I'm really darn happy about it. It's Soldiers and Statesmen, 1914-1918, Field Marshal Sir William Robertson Bart. It looks darn good. It's an oldie, and I paid a lot of money for it. Yeah, it's amazing that all these old books I find are just got a huge amount of blank space, like really, really big margins. I find it really fascinating. But yeah, I was taking a quick look at this, so yeah, this ought to be neat, because he seems to really get into, like they even talk about the beginnings of the British Expeditionary Force in the late 19th century and stuff like that. So I was like, oh yes, please. So that's that. All right. Hope you're doing well, and off I go. See ya.